Hi everyone, I'm Scott from Sharkey's Greenhouses and Beat Your Neighbor Fertilizer, and today I want to show you we're making up some hanging baskets, and we're going to focus on doing up some geranium hanging baskets. So we're not just going to do geraniums, but I'm going to go over what else we could put in with the geraniums to make a really nice combination basket featuring the geraniums. So we have these really nice series. This is the Rocky Mountain series, and we've grown these for years. They turn out fabulous, and they get very big, beautiful heads. I mean, look at this color is magenta in the Rocky Mountain series, and it's just brilliant. They look fantastic, and they have such nice colors. So I have a 12-inch hanging basket. It's all ready to roll. I've got good soil in here. We're using the Jolly Gardener soil, and I'm going to put in 4 geraniums in a 12-inch hanging basket, and also I'm going to put in something in the middle. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but first I'm going to go through and put in the geraniums. So while I'm doing this, it's a good time to, geraniums need to be cleaned up. So while I'm planting it, I'm going to go through and kind of strip down, and anything that's kind of questionable, or if there's any leaves, or if the flowers are spent, I'm going to clean those off at this time. And I'm just going to go through and kind of quadrant this hanging basket. So what I mean by that is, there's 4 hangers on this 12-inch hanging basket, so I'm going to put 1 geranium in each one of those quadrants, and then I'm going to work in the middle. But as I'm going along, I do want to clean them up so that I don't have to do it afterwards. And most of this looks pretty good, but we have several geranium how to care for them videos, and we talk a lot about that. You do need to clean that up, so you can go back through and you can watch those videos and check that out. But the best time to do it right now is clean them up. So I get these geraniums in place and ready to roll, and this one's got just a little bit more to clean up on it. And that's pretty good. If there is a leaf or a flower in question, you might as well just take it off now. So we've got the geraniums in here, and I've got them basically in the 4 corners. Now we really need to think about what kind of look we're gonna go for. So I've got the 4 geraniums here. If I'm going to do something like scavola, which is this fan flower, which I'm probably going to put with this one, this turns out absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put this in the middle, because what scavola does is it pokes through, and so this white will poke through and go all over. Or I also have this purple colored, and the purple would look really, really cool with this magenta color. But same thing, I will put this right in the middle because it's going to poke through the geraniums and come out all over. But there are a lot of different flowers that you can put in. So this euphorbia has a dainty little white, kind of a lacy little flower. That looks fantastic too. And again, I would put this right in the middle. If I was going to put this right in the middle, and this, you just kind of train it. So if this is going in the middle, I'm going to kind of pull this through, and as that plant is growing, go through and kind of just train it where you want that to show up and where you want it to come out. So in the next couple of weeks as that plant grows. If I'm going to do any trailing plants, then I'm going to put them on the outside. So the scavola, the euphorbia, I'm going to put it right smack in the middle. If I'm going to do trailing like this lobelia, I'm actually going to put it on the edge and let that trail out over. So lobelia would be a great one to put in. Let it trail out. Your classic vinca vine, if you like a trailing vine with your geranium basket, put that on the outside. And I usually just kind of balance. I might put 2. I might put 1 on this side and 1 on the other side. Whatever fits. We don't want to overdo this. If I did this Silver Falls, again, I would put it on the outside. This looks great with that. This kind of has just like a real silvery, almost whitish, lacy trailing vine that comes, and it looks really nice with geranium baskets. Or I might go with the Superlistum. And this is a Superlistum, so we do want to give it a little bit of room. This would go on the outside because, yeah, it can be kind of vigorous, and I might even take out one geranium because this does get very vigorous. So this does grow pretty big. So I'd be careful with the alyssum, but it does look nice with the geranium hanging basket. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this purple scavola, because I really like the look of this one. So I'm going to pull this one out. I don't have any cleanup that needs to be done. And you know, I've been asked this before, and I'm just going to adjust this right now. You're going to say, oh no, you know, don't you ruffle up the roots and, you know, when you're planting? And no, I absolutely do not. And there's no reason to if you're using good soil. So if I'm using good soil, this is going to root right into good soil. Now, if you're using that junky soil that you get at the big box retailers, you might have to ruffle it because it just doesn't root in. But I'm using good quality soil, and it makes all the difference in the world. So, you know, I'm a person that I never ruffle up the roots because I don't need to, because I always use good soil. So I'm going to put this scavola right in the middle. And I'm gonna just dig that right in, and I might have to kind of move the geraniums a little bit, push it right in and get it in. Now, again, I talked about kind of training it to where you want it to come out, and that's really going to be in the next couple of weeks. Is as this scavola is growing, I might push it underneath so that it comes out here. You know, as this scavola is growing over here, I might push it through over here so that we have the scavola coming out there, that fan flower. So that fan flower is going to look really, really nice. That purple with this hot magenta, this is going to be a very nice hanging basket. Now, from here, we've got our 4 geraniums and we have our 1 scavola in there. My next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a handful of the slow release fertilizer. So it does help. This is not, again, this is not a replacement for fertilizing once a week with the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer. Again, think of this as like a multivitamin. It helps with the growth, but it's never a replacement for using the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer. This is the meat and potatoes. This forces the growth. This is just kind of like having a multivitamin. It helps, but it doesn't supplement having that fertilizer, having those nutrients that are fed in once a week. So this hanging basket is all ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start fertilizing right away because I want growth right away. I want to get this hanging basket nice and big. So I'm gonna hit it with the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer about once a week and get this going. So again, 4 geraniums in a 12-inch hanging basket, and I put 1 fan flower right in the middle. If I was going with a trailing plant, I would probably put a trailing plant on the outside. I would probably put 2 in, you know, maybe on one side. I like to balance and go with 1 on the other side. So this is going to turn out really nice, and you know, that helps you kind of get an idea of how many plants that you would put in a 12-inch hanging basket. So if you're liking our videos, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and like our videos, and also be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. And you can also go over to our beatyourneighbor.com website. We have a lot of blog articles, tips and tricks there, and of course we have our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer, and you can also find other products like the slow release fertilizer, the Osmo Code, and that's all at beatyourneighbor.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.